Greetings, fellow beings. Back in my 2023 art update video, I believe I posted it in February, the one with the torso chain in the thumbnail, I discussed goals I was hoping to reach sometime after posting that video. To be honest, until this week, I had completely forgotten that I said those goals out loud here on the interwebs. So recap, what were they? 1. Create more finished artwork of my own. 2. Work towards that art book series. 3. Return to streaming art. And 4. The secret graphic novel. And apparently, I promised details later. Well, it's later. For number 1, create more finished art pieces of my own. Check. I definitely can say I have been creating much more of my own work than the previous year. I did have a baby, so 'twas expected, but still nice knowing I'm producing more. Which leads to number 2. Because I'm completing more work, that means there will be more images I can choose from for the future art book. Of course, that'll happen when I'm ready and I have enough work that I can choose from that I can actually approve. Number 3, return to art streams. As you can see on the screen, I did finally return to streaming art on Twitch. It has been superb. I still can't stream as often as I would like, however, I'm grateful for what I can get. Number 4, the graphic novel. I am still actively working on it, which means so much more has been written since I brought it up in the aforementioned video. I have the whole plot planned for Season 1 and Season 2, and just bits of Season 3 and Season 4's plot. I also have designs of the protagonists and some of the other characters. I won't be giving out any smidges of details until the promotional art for it has reached its completion. This project is one that I am so excited to eventually show off. I just gotta wait a little bit longer. Again, I offer my apologies. As I said, those are things in my life that I am actively working on. Needless to say, I am a teensy bit proud. In addition to those tasks, I have undertook more. So, not long after that video, I joined an indie game dev team as a concept artist. Not long after that, I started school for game development. And not long after that, I began actively working on side game passion projects. Yes, that means more secrets. I got big secrets and little secrets. The little game secrets will come out first, for obvious reasons, but not just yet. And last but not least, I recently agreed to try out for a 3D posing position for a visual novel series, which I just began this week. If I can make the cut, it'll be somewhat of a paying gig, which will assist me in funding equipment for my other creative works. If you're thinking, Ash, that sounds like a lot. Yay! Indeed it is. But thankfully, all of this goes hand in hand, which has been a blessing. I just need to persevere. One day, in the near future, my work will finally have bore fruit. At least that's what I'm hoping. More creating means more XP and potential product for an art book. My volunteer experience with the indie game dev team is not only adding to my portfolio, but it also challenges my current art skill. Let me tell you, although I don't feel like I'm good enough for this position, I am so grateful for it. It is also giving me experience for my own game projects. The game development education, well, come on, you can connect the dots. My personal game projects can also lead to art books as well, if I so choose. I am excited and exhausted already. So, it is self-evident that currently my life has been crazy busy. Every free moment, meaning one of my children or my spouse isn't in need of my attention at the moment, is used to catch up on chores, studies, all those projects I just mentioned. Oh, and bodily hygiene. With everything going on, especially with my kids, I caught myself saying that I want to skip to the good part. But technically, this is also the good part. It's just hard. It's something I have to remind myself. Like my marriage, getting married wasn't an end goal. It was the beginning of many journeys with my husband. And that not free time, that's also still quite important to me. That is time doing things I can't afford to scrimp on. It's time with my kids. Yes, those who know me, my boys do have days where I question my sanity, but they are my treasures nonetheless. As is time with my husband. Every kiss, every hug, every I love you, everything I also treasure. Quick note, if you hear those little sounds in the background, that's the baby. And next, time as a family, in general, is even more difficult to obtain. My husband commutes to work Monday through Friday. He wakes up quite early, and with winter around the corner, we'll only be able to see him while the sun is down. And next, I pride myself as a wife and mom first. So keeping up with everything those titles entail is of the utmost importance. I'll spare you the details, as I'm sure you, the listener, are quite aware, or at least you have an idea of what it could be like. Maybe one day when I run out of things to talk about, I'll prattle on about all the things I grow, process, and make from scratch. I don't know. Another thing that just came to mind right now is how I recently spoke about what the rise in AI-generated images did to my art business. At that time, when I talked about it, I admit I was a little hurt and I was angry. My previous majority demographic was Twitch streamers. Oh, and D&D players. Once many of them discovered AI-generated images, they didn't require my services anymore. They also didn't know that the generators were stealing from professional artists, but I'll spare you the details on that. I went from a thriving, financially sufficient art business to almost no business at all. Some fans of certain streamers even used my art to feed their image generators, and then gave said images to the streamer as a gift with the caption, "Here's some fan art I did. You can use it for whatever you want." Anyways, sorry, derailing here. Apologies. Before this further resurrects past emotions, I'm gonna say that I believed it happened for a reason. Unfortunate events have to happen too, right? The lack of commissions and gigs, it gave me time to focus on my own goals and my own creations. I'm not saying don't commission me. If you still wanna, you can. Wink, wink. I'm just gonna be more choosy with the gigs I'm offered. It's funny because I started dabbling in game development when Dooz was born about 7 years ago. I made one itsy bitsy 1-level Father's Day experience for my husband, and then I just stopped. I started focusing on gigs and commission. Oh wow, there's a cycle going on here. I started focusing on gigs and commissions. And now here I am with a second little one, and I'm back in that game development world. But this time I'm taking it seriously. I already know, there's a few people that I know that know what I'm doing, and they're concerned about burnout, and that's a very legit concern. Rest assured, I am taking it as I can. It's not like I'm gonna grind every day at it. Some days I can grind, and some days I can't do it at all. But I'm still going to keep going. I'm gonna say it again. I'm excited. I'm stoked. I am also exhausted, but I'm still excited. It's no secret, I've had my share of failures. And I'm sure as heck that I'll probably have plenty more. But that's okay. I'm putting this out here on the interwebs to keep myself accountable. Because this time, I won't be backing out. Also, I have friends that ain't gonna let me back out. So yay. With all this having been said, I hope to have news of completing some of these goals in the next future update. I really want to talk about all that I have growing in my brain uterus and all the concept art for my passion projects and the volunteer concept art. But in due time, I promise. Okay, that was the end of what I wanted to say. There's still stuff to look at. If I edit out the chunk of video left. That'll just totally mess up with the audio because I only use the movie maker in my iPad, which is like the 2015, 2016 iPad. It's super old. I need a new one. I'm just continuing to ramble until we get close to the end. Okay, so this part will last a few seconds. We're almost done, I promise. I'm sorry, I'm being weird. I'm just filling up space now. Being awkward. Twiddling my thumbs. Okay, we're at the end now. Cool. I'll leave you to future Ash's goodbye speech thingy, outro, whatever.
Sorry, my mom's weird. Just a few more seconds.
Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for listening to me ramble. And as always, thanks for watching. Laters.
Bye-bye.